What a night of Champions League football yesterday. Inter Milan and Barcelona served us beauty. They served us joy. They served us ecstasy. They served us something to live for the ages. It was a game, an enthralling encounter, but as is the case with football, one has to lose, one has to win. A share of the spoils, which could not be how this game ended, it being a knockout phase. The semi-final between Inter Milan and Barcelona will go down in history as one of the best Champions League games ever. 4-3 it ended, and Internazionale got one over Barcelona, who many thought would be getting a treble. Lamine Yamal left in so much tears. The 17-year-old will live to fight another day, but this time we'll go through to the final, and they'll be waiting for Arsenal or Paris Saint-Germain. Tonight they lock horns, and we'll see how that one unfolds. Can they provide this level of excitement that Inter Milan and Barcelona served us? We'll see in a couple of hours time. But today my focus will be on the Ghana Black Satellites and the Ghana Black Stars. Breaking news is that the Black Satellites, young man and striker Jere, who CD Lugo side said he would be available for only the first two games, have come in for the young man. He is back with his club and will not play Ghana's final group game versus Central African Republic. We'll have details of that. We're also going to talk about the Ghana Black Star squad that will take part in the Unity Cup. The Unity Cup will be taking place in London, Brentford, at the G-Tech Stadium, where it will be played. And we'll see Ghana lock horns with bitter rivals Nigeria and Jamaica, along with Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago will be preparing for their World Cup qualifiers later in June, early June. That's the first week of June. And the Jamaica themselves with the same one there. Nigeria will be playing a friendly in the first week of June as well. So this will be a good preparatory game. Ghana, however, will be using this game to prepare for the World Cup qualifiers. The penultimate and the final games will be played in September. Today we're going to get some team news. Reports are indicating that it will be mostly composed of locally based players. We'll have a look at all the details today. Don't forget, subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. We'll give a couple of shout outs before we get into today's updates. And thank you so much, guys, for subscribing, for engaging in our content. As I said, at the end of the week, the most engaged or the most subscriber who has the most comments here will get something interesting from me. But let me give a shout out from our last video that we posted here on this channel. Abwaboya Sechinko, thank you so much for your comment. Abdullah Idris, appreciate your comment. Ado Sola, appreciate your comment. Diko Saeed Musa, appreciate your comment. Deja Eric, thank you so much. Ortega, thank you so much for your comment. And Gideon Akakbo, thank you so much for your comments. More shout outs will come in subsequent updates. So we'll jump right into it and start off from the camp of the Ghana Black Satellites. Unfortunate news reaching us is that the Ghana Black Satellites main man, Jere, who provided an assist for Ghana's only goal in the game versus Senegal, is returning. He has in fact returned to Spanish club CD Lugo and will miss tomorrow's final group game versus Central African Republic. Now, the 18-year-old departed Egypt on Wednesday morning after playing Ghana's opening two matches of the tournament. His early exit follows a mutual agreement between Ghana FA and CD Lugo. He initially hesitated to release the player due to their precarious position in Spain's lower tier league, where they are battling relegation. Now, despite the concerns, the club respected the Free's strong desire to represent his country at the youth competition and allowed him to join the national team for the early stages of the tournament. He made a notable impact during his brief time at the tournament. He featured as a substitute in Ghana's 1-1 draw with DRC and provided an assist for the second goal for the second game, and a winning goal at that for defending champions Senegal, who they defeated 1-0. He was immense, and his absence will be a major blow for head coach Desmond Afei, not just for this final game, but for the subsequent knockout games. A quarter-final berth in the works. He must now rethink his attacking strategy for the final match against Central African Republic, and it will be hard. Ghana remain in strong position to qualify for the knockout phases, but the loss of their talisman forward adds an extra layer of challenge as they prepare to face a determined Central African Republic side who know that a win can still guarantee them a place in the knockout phases. A free air returns to CD Lugo with enhanced experience and confidence from this competition. It's unfortunate that he will not be available for the Ghana Black Satellites in a final group game, but unfortunate that was the agreement that was had, and the agreement has to be stuck to. Ghana have no choice or have very little say here, in my opinion. They agreed to it. They have to live by it. A free has left the camp. Tomorrow, 3 p.m., Ghana will play Central African Republic. Senegal will play DRC, all for a place in the knockout phases. It will be interesting to see how it all unfolds. But hopefully, we will not miss him that much, and we'll be able to sail through 2 more wins, and we'll be at the Under-20 World Cup in Chile. My next and final story has to do with the Ghana Black Stars. We are preparing to play in the Unity Cup. Today is exactly 20 days to the very first game. Ghana will take on Nigeria. Nigeria will be at this tournament. It will be a banter back and forth tournament, an interesting one in my opinion. But the news reaching us and the news making the rounds is that most of the players that will be called up to this competition will be locally based players. Yes. Now, the Black Stars head coach, according to reports, is expected to name a number of Ghanaian Premier League players in the squad for the upcoming Unity game in London. Ebenezer Aban, Razak Simpson, Kwame Poku, Inti Menu, Benjamin Asari, Stephen Amankona, and Kamaradini Mamudu will be among those players who will be called up by Coach Otoado for this Unity Cup games here. It's clear that most of the top leagues would have been done by then, but most of them as well could be preparing for finals. The final of the Champions League could be on the cards for Thomas Partey, so he will not be available. The FA Cup finals will also be on the cards. Europa League finals will also be on the cards. Yet to find out if there are any Ghanaian specific players involved in that, but it will be the end of the season. Some of them would want to take a break and relax and not be involved in some gang-ho football that will be about renewing rivalries. So the local based players, and I was quite confused about why locally based players would be in there, because locally based players will still have their league ongoing. So with these key players like Razak Simpson, whose Nations FC, mind you, are in pole position to win the Ghana Premier League, be allowed to go play when the league finishes on June 12th? Well, these are questions which need to be answered, and they'll be answered in due course. But hopefully, the rumor mill, there's no smoke without fire, in my opinion. But these are the names that are popping up. Mostly locally based players will be involved in this game. We hope that the banter continues. We hope that the games are enjoyed. We'll be keeping an eye out and updating you accordingly. But this is the news. Coach Otoado is set to name locally based players predominantly for these friendly 4-nation tournament game. Your thoughts in the comments box on everything. Tonight, Thomas Partey returns for Arsenal as they take on Paris Saint-Germain. Who is your money on? I'm predicting over 2.5 in this one here. Let me know what you think in the comments box. Talking to you about the Ghana squad for the Unity Cup and Jere Afriye's departure from the Ghana Under-20 squad. He has left and returned to CD Lugo. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.